beacons of hope, any highlights? Mezzy fragging, Afro on the AWP, Dexter with some good calls, roeJ in deathmatch form. The list is building. Those are the positive for fnatic and the future. What their expectations are as a team, who knows? But ENCE, we know they want to get their way into the playoffs here. The odds favouring exactly that outcome. As Afro poised and ready and has his head ripped off his shoulders.
That's why you put the P250 in Diha's hands.
I love the way Diha works yard as well. Always looking so comfy out here. They can just creep behind this. Look how perfect it is.
Just his presence alone and firing off those shots means they can walk and assume no one's coming down the stairs. roeJ does, oh no! Makes a bit of a meal of it, gets away with one.
But it's not the B play. And KRIMZ knows now, hearing some steps, knows something could be up around heaven. Nerds with the elevation and the joust is on.
Yeah, this is quite the joust, is it not? KRIMZ dismounts. Advantage ENCE.
Right, and rings around him here, not ready for dexter.
Yeah, but for a second, now takes down SunPayus. Bomb is on the floor, closes the door.
And they have a number advantage.
They will be planting though. Snappy gets that done. I say that, Toll with bated breath. They charge him down. He thought he could get away with it, thought he'd have some respect. They'd assume that Nerds was covering, but no, not the case. KRIMZ, he's teaching us how to keep the door closed. Security.
Yeah, this ain't gonna happen, Nerds. I think you're wasting your time, mate.
He's running out of bullets now. And I assume, KRIMZ, yeah, he'll let you in now. 25 seconds as it's Nerds' turn to start playing with the hinges.
Yeah, changed his shoes. I heard those Crocs were banned around here. Dorm and KRIMZ. Making things a whole mess for Nerds. That's going to be the pistol round salvage. It all started with that Diha blinder onto Afro. They get the space undetected. They win the duel. Well, trade to roeJ towards the lower. And then they just trundle on down. But Dexter was down there. They had multiple bodies ready for this fnatic. And a huge pistol round for them to win here. Swings open the door. You can see the fake from SunPayus, but the Julies ready to unload. And Mezzy, beautiful work from him as well. Snappy thinking maybe he had more time, maybe he had more buffer room, but that wasn't the case. We also saw how that final frag went down. So here we go. It's going to be ENCE forced by without the plant.
So Shiro and Mezzy, the two P2K users I can remember. We've seen so far.
Hipsters, I suppose.
That's it.
Well, smoke wall deployed on this force, and it is just to get this space. Now, you need to keep in mind what residual util they have, but before we can get there, you need to get past roeJ.
Oh, just diverts his gaze.
That's important, really important. This smoke molly, if they get window side, Alex, you can use that to obscure the ramp rotation. If Diha went down, they would have only got one of those pieces. Oh, he's gone anyway.
Yeah, Diha does lose it, but SunPayus is quick on the trade, so advantage ENCE in this second round force. It's up to fnatic to respond. And Snappy with that Tech 9.
Vent to top, that's the play.
It could be, should be, no one else to defend it. Already the rotation through subverts the expectation, and again, we see these incredible ENCE recoveries in these second rounds. They really have no issues when it comes to sidearms and team play.
Yeah, I love a bit of force fight, don't they? But that was simple business across the secret. First kill onto roeJ, going to be feeling a bit hard done by that one. And now maden might even be able to rip away this scout here. Afro, can he get out of dodge? Very diligent on these clears, backing off, and should have a safe haven available, actually. Maybe not, I spoke too soon. Hanging around. Maden can peek him from the, maybe not blind spot. Pretty flicky with that.
Lovely work from the scout. Afro getting run down, takes another head. Keep coming, Snappy, get him, pull another trigger. Maden finds his voice as they convert the second round.
Yeah, I guess you'd be celebrating the force by win there, but those shots from Afro were the coolest thing about that round. So he was pretty tidy with those. I'm sure he'd be happy with those. And yeah, he's got a smile on his face. He's using the scout that close range and ripping skulls. Yeah, that's not too bad, Afro.
Not too bad at all.
They're going to do an inner split, I think, Alex.
Yeah, and ENCE is whipping out his MP7. Lovely second shot. Look at this one. Oh. Yep, that felt good, you can see. And even expecting the third, but still. Afro, he enjoyed it so much, he's going to be whipping one out into our third.
The question is, how big do they bite on these yard smokes, right? So we've seen them get this and across, and it worked in the last round for them to get an opening kill onto roeJ. So right here you wonder, okay, do they rotate more bodies down because they expect it? No, they fly in through main. Top split, Dexter's going to burn, and the opening kill, ooh, comes to Dexter before the flames.
Yeah, still that top side. Oh, the back to a turn, he came up the ladder. Eagle, not the perfect weapon for the job. And yeah, Afro going to struggle to find anything with that scout, would rather just have another go. in the next round of play. Otherwise, yeah, just be the USP.
So you see how they make it look like the previous with the yards, make sure they have a bit of extra util, and then they quickly drop off into main, top split, before fnatic can rotate or really get wind of what's happening there. Good call from Snappy, nice direct play. Snappy, I love watching it when he really just gets the fire on him on Nuke, because if he knows he can exploit a team's top hold, he will. He will just run all over you with different variations, right? And they have so many pacey plays. The thing is with ENCE, they get painted with this brush that they're just a fast team, right? Because of that quote, if rushing doesn't work, rush faster, right? But this is a team that understands the balance of Counter-Strike that is necessary, but the balance to put some of their star players in position tends to be a bit more in your face. Yeah, so I do like the style if you can establish map control. It's something similar as to what FaZe do. It's what Karrigan likes to do. Rain, alongside of Karrigan, they'll brute force in, they'll put their body on the line. Maybe they go 1-for-1, get a trade, but they just create space for their stars to then play. And that's where you get more clutchy, more explosive Counter-Strike. And that's where you get a match like we had at Dallas in the semifinals of Ancient that goes, I think it was 31-28, 31-29, something like that. So you get the more barn burner affairs in matchups like that. But timeout called here. Quite early. Kita, the coach of fnatic, on the mic here, and we know that the Scout and the FAMAS were retained. I would not expect too much more to be brought around it. It's more a conversation about how can we get the most out of this. The problem is, if it's a smoke wall out, Afro can't really do anything. If it's a fast A play, Afro can't really do anything. Actually, I take that back. I saw what he did with the Scout previously. Maybe he can.
Yeah, let's see. Not going to be smoke wall, not at all. This looks live and direct. Charging. Charging.
Exactly.
So this is Snappy making the call, and just like that, Afro eats from the utility. Flames find him.
Oh, hold up.
Yeah, now that is exciting. KRIMZ, the only rifle, is in the right place. Can't stop the plant. Oh, maybe they can. He's actually tagged him down.
1 HP.
What the hell? 1 HP. Diha leaving, running into roeJ now.
Where's the help for Diha, guys?
Maden's busy. He's killing Mezzy. But yeah, that's the one carry on 1 HP. Okay, roeJ cleared out. Some
But KRIMZ is still unknown.
Yeah, that is the only kind of concern. Now he gets dexter with his knife out. And yeah, it's frustrating round for KRIMZ, considering the way this has gone down from his POV.
Yeah, it felt like he did everything right.
Yeah, and all of his teammates have fallen around him, and he had this advantage. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you saw KRIMZ kind of just jump back in his chair there. It was like, man,
yeah,
should have had the bomb on the floor. I should have definitely had at least a kill, and especially after some of his fragging woes in the previous map, I'm sure he would have loved a freebie. So a rough one here. It's that was easy as you like. They manufactured the quickest way to get to B, down the fireman pole, down the vent. Quick little vent drop. It's crazy how the vents are so, I guess it was like that in Source as well, but in 1.6 the vents you used to have to crouch through them. You can imagine the slow rotation points because of that.
I think I prefer it this way. Afro puts a whole magazine into the smokes, and Diha still undeterred, continues to walk on through, will eat the flash. Not exposed, not poking out, no grey screen hijinks here. Instead, Afro will tuck in, and Snappy and Diha across unannounced.
And they get to fight roeJ towards lower again. KRIMZ about to take some pressure towards ramp here. SunPayus, maden, and Nerds on the other side of that smoke. 2 players down towards B. It's dexter and roeJ in combination.
Timing on this fight from dexter is everything. He wants roeJ to take contact first, and he can strike as they look away. Perfect execution of the team play. 2 to the good. fnatic start as they mean to go on.
But right now, you're ENCE. You know that there were 2 players B. Definitely. Because roeJ would have been called in dexter too, and you just forced KRIMZ towards the lower side, so you should have a good idea where at least 3 players reside. Oh, that's if they haven't moved, and dexter's done exactly that. Blocks Squeaky up the vent, making sure to plug another gap, and Afro making sure they can't get too far away. This outside push inspired here.
SunPayus is actually going right into him. And Afro can't believe his luck.
What a great push, especially after a smoke wall.
Dexter relocated successfully into Nerds as well, so maden, not too much longer for him. He gets caught by Mezzy on the way back, and fnatic post their second. After that pistol, second round conversion from ENCE, they did go on that run.
Interesting to note here, there was an ability for maden to drop across an AWP for SunPayus, but ENCE have decided to operate here on this T side with 5 rifles. Great round for dexter, playing off of his teammates, understanding the situation. And an easy one for Mezzy there on the finish. Maden. Let's look at the break. He's found a whole new bunch of emotes.
Yeah, he's hitting some different ones. Wow, wow, so blind. He charges clearly nearly into the site, but at least it's traded. Afro, he had a chance, and he does not squander it. Despite the flash, catches Nerds, and this is awkward for KRIMZ. So many bodies on the site, he gets all three. Nice work from Freddy to make it 3-3, and it's his triple that secures it.
Okay, well, trying their luck towards that A side again. This time not down the vent, but popping in. And yeah, you were right. Maden was so blind there. You can see how far into the site he'd scoured. There wasn't anybody even close to him because the util was raining in. And KRIMZ established up on that top rope. They can buy again here, ENCE. Okay. Bit of an ENCE classic. I'm not sure what you're meant to do with 2 smokes, a HE, and a flash, but I'd love to see what Snappy has in store here.
Okay.
Progression smoke yard to get them to red, and
4 on 4. What's going on? He heard that, knows where you are, and just decides to bring the fight. Dexter back up, then just hits every shot. This is all Dexter. Now he's got the bomb in main. Nuts should have that at least.
He's not ready for this. Oh, roeJ didn't come up. It looked like he was mid-transition.
Yeah, right, but bomb is main still. KRIMZ has got lobby. Nert's last seen on top site. The door is not open. Not an angle towards that bomb right now, so it is uncertain for the CTs. KRIMZ opts to go all the way around.
I don't think SunPayus would be ready for this.
You're not considering it, are you?
No, I think he'd be more worried about Secret. He's going to overlook this.
Oh! Disgusting. SunPayus adjusts just off the cursory glance. KRIMZ frustrated. And ENCE motivated to get that bomb down. Nuts even checking it on the elevation, and that's perfect. ENCE recover. Dexter doing all of the heavy lifting, and a big smile on SunPayus' face.
Yeah, you can understand
We need
why.
to see that from his POV if we can, because that was so quick.
He was worried about it somewhat.
Sure.
You could see him investigating everywhere, but in transition, he must have just caught a glimmer, a glimpse here. So essentially, they used Maden as utility,
Right.
squeaky door, which helped open a bit of a gap. Dexter plugged it, and
Whoop.
yeah, so you what?
Whoa.
Ooh, first bullet. First bullet. Okay. Tidy shot from SunPayus.
Yeah, man can rifle. Man can
Top again, I
shoot.
told you.
You're
Snappy's
right.
just going to run all over you.
Just keep charging. Charging. Mezzy tested. Perfect pop flashes. No one knows. Oh, brutality. Nearly 2. Dexter alive and kicking. Down the vent, though. Abusing this fnatic defense from Squeaky. KRIMZ to adjust. What have you got for us? Down just in time. Spotted out. They know where you are. Has to reposition. And he takes the fight. Snappy, good for it. This is a very potent looking ENCE side.
I'm loving this momentum-based counter-strike here. Just keep on hitting them where it hurts.
Oh, yeah, and you feel helpless, don't you? As a topside defender and as someone rotating in from KRIMZ's POV, what's he supposed to do? They're already windows and single, and I'm alone.
It's so funny, though. We've seen it from multiple perspectives. What it looks like to CT is how blind they are. And even in some rounds, how blind somebody like Maden is trying to scale it with their own utility.
Like the way, like that, the Mezzy death. I'm sure if we watched it from his POV, it's just a white screen and then suddenly an SMG staring at you.
Yeah, that is very frustrating. Diha and Afro having a bit of a chat here. Nice duel, Afro. We deserve a trophy. Afro, highlight of Cologne so far. So, must have been a really good fight. One that they remember.
Didn't go too well for Afro.
I think that's sarcasm in use right there.
I think they might be.
Crazy. I think KDM made a tweet using that same principle last night.
Yeah, I personally, Chad, like my players completely emotionless. That's what we need from an entertainment product.
Yes. I used the terminology.
There we go, this is what I was talking
I
about.
used some wrestling terminology this morning when I was talking. Right? So we got to keep it kayfabe, which is
Before
a
my
pro
time.
wrestling term.
Yeah? What's that mean?
Well, it's like even if we know that, you know, maybe there is a definition for this, but, you know, we're in the biz.
Yeah.
Like, even if Kadian has nothing wrong with those guys and he's geeing them up, you know,
Yeah.
we can pretend Kadian's a villain.
Yeah,
Kadian's
oh,
a really
for sure.
nice guy to me.
Yeah.
You know, but we can't just keep. We as the entertain, like as the people who are meant to deliver some of the voices, we got to pretend that outside noise isn't there, and then we can just talk about it, not worry about the riffraff.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if we worry too much about the riffraff, what are we doing?
Well, then the riffraff feels justified.
Yeah, that's true, right? And maybe their opinions are, but it's our job to keep juggling.
Let's see what happens with a singular excitement of the M4. Poor roeJ. He's going to try and hold As you never guess what they're doing, Chad.
Ah, yeah, well,
You'll
think
never
maybe
guess.
someone prefaced this a little bit earlier in the game.
My color commentator is smart and helps us understand what's happening.
No, I just talked to Snappy before the game.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I said, Snappy, what are you going to do? And he said, we're just going to rush top, Chad. Of course we're just going to rush top. What else do we do?
This is a real adjustment.
Lesson?
Yeah, it's a lesson for fnatic for sure, but it's also there is something to be admired in Snappy's ability to identify teams that he can pull this off again and still have enough in the pocket for those he can't.
But this is the thing, all right? This is where it makes perfect sense. This is ENCE's map choice, and this fnatic roster are yet to play it. I know the graphic earlier said one Nuke on record. That was with the old roster.
Right.
Nikodos was still on the team, right? He had fasha still on the roster. So the new look, you have a new in-game leader. It is definitely going to change some of the structure and the way that you approach the map. Damage done. So many players going down there with the bomb. But this means that Snappy doesn't have to sit there and go, oh, so where does roeJ play? Okay, how are we going to counter him? You know, where is Afro's tendencies with the orb? How can we make sure that he can't get into the game? Are we good at hitting top? Yeah. Do we know what these guys are going to throw? Yeah, they're probably going to molly Squeaky.
Yeah.
They're probably going to molly Hart. Well, that's what every team does. So let's just beat them by going A. Just going A and A. And they've used it multiple different ways. Not only have they dropped down the vent, they've pop flashed through the Squeaky smoke. They've just come out dry. Maden literally opened the door in the face of Dexter. Look at that.
Bro, 100
All you two.
to 0.
Double nades and a molly. Bye.
That's so geeky. He probably hasn't died like that before. You know, he's just going, oh, okay, well, that sucks.
But that was him searching for an opening pick, right? Knowing that they've been coming top so much that maybe they line up. Maybe he gets a multi. Well prepared, ENCE a step ahead and a man up.
Oh my goodness. They can't catch a break. They can't get away. Dexter tries his hand at some aggressive AWPing and makes it work. Afro's AWP utilized beautifully by Dexter, and a high-flying performance as well from him in the absence of everyone else. He's delivering individually. 13 frags so far in just 10 rounds of play, and then our 10th. Not done yet. Mezzy.
Where's he meant to go?
Yeah, I mean, he's just hoping and praying he can take one with him. Now, they are actually silently mantling up.
Oh,
Maden's not clearing. And that's a free frag for Mezzy. Can't believe his luck. Traded nicely. Snappy. Proactive.
He won't expect KRIMZ. He won't expect KRIMZ.
He doesn't. And that, whoa, catapults the bomb. And SunPayus could have caught it. A little closer. Oh, Sliver. Hunting. Angle. Beautifully handled. KRIMZ looking silly. And now the bomb can go B. Adjustment from Dexter required. Now can he come up clutch as well?
He's out the window now.
Heard the tick. Pushes the fight. Doesn't hit the shot. SunPayus with the rifle. Dexter with the AWP. Firing off pot shots. He has to hit the next one. He's got a fresh mag. It just needs the frag. Playing with the doors. SunPayus holds his nerve. A valiant attempt from Dexter. Down to a one-on-one, a close call for fnatic, but nothing to report, nothing to celebrate. This is 70 rounds already. ENCE are trouncing them.
Yeah, and I think Dexter feels like that play that he made, the extinguish and the push, he should have hit that shot.
Yep.
Feels like he should have won the round right there. A decent half so far from Dexter here. Had 1-3-3-7 as far as the kills, assists, and deaths would go, but yeah, it's just so brutal. Just so brutal. And this D-half fight, it's such a comfy fight for him. You see him scour yard. More often than not, he's great at that. SunPayus here showing us why, if you use mouse wheel in CS2, it needs to be able to eject you off the ladder. They fixed that problem. You need to be able to go for those type of maneuvers. And down to just some upgraded pistols, a scout for Mezzy. Probably another round for ENCE here. fnatic left wanting here on map number 2.
Lovely opening. Dexter's still fragging. He is a force to be reckoned with on the dig. 2.5 from the IGL. With the $700 pistol, he's given him something to try and work with, but all of this in vain as the rest is pulled across the line. A triple kill from Snappy, SunPayus providing the rest.
Yeah, and there was a conversation we were having about this fnatic roster, right? And in terms of their roster changes made throughout the break, when you compare it to other Counter-Strike household names, fnatic is, right? They won quite literally the first CSGO major ever back in DreamHack Jönköping 2013. In 1.6, they have legendary players like Khan, DSN, Forrest, GetRag, Gooks, ENCE. I could just keep going, right? This is a household name as far as Counter-Strike is concerned. Their roster changes throughout the break were some of the least impressive, right? This team, even previously with the Nikodos and fasha members, had, I would would say, overperformed. They make these changes. We talk about Dexter coming in, Mezzy back to star roles, but still you can't compare that to a Flames to Vitality, can't compare it to a Cloud9 change. Everyone's eyes are on a Na'Vi. What the hell is going on over here? fnatic, they didn't rank very highly in this regard, so slept on in some regard. And you think about ENCE, well, the same thing, but in terms of them being an elite level team. Right now, it's Heroic and Vitality, the two top dogs, but ENCE, they can't be too far off the trail, really. Right. You consider this team, they've got players who, they don't get the same credence as star players. They don't get given the same value, but they are a good team, and they play good Counter-Strike, and they're showing that here today.
Back on the orb this time. Diha tagged up, and Afro onto SunPayus. A deviation from the norm on this defense. They get the first, and a miss of the shot. Diha's about to get dunked on. He gets away from it nicely. Dexter, another 16. He is the highest fragger in the server, currently staring down the barrel of an 8-3.
What's both in-game leaders here, apparently. Snappy's up to 12.
Yeah, dude, Dexter's got 141 ADR. No one else is even close.
I used to be a fragger once upon a time. I know recent history probably doesn't back that up, but when he was in the Renegade days, look at this. He's just taking all the initiative in the world. Flash forward just to get himself a smoke, but the redeploy, it's not in time. Ahead of it, Maden still goes down.
Oh, he can't lose.
How about he just kill them all?
Yeah, another one for Dexter. 17 and counting. As roeJ will throw one into the mix. Diha down. Round fnatic's way. It's a long while since we said that. In fact, 5 from ENCE.
But look at the finances here for ENCE. This is why Snappy's saving, right? 1,400 loss bonus coming into the next tier for the ENCE boys. Knowing Snappy, he probably will call a buy. Right? They're going to have enough to... SunPayus can buy an AWP if they'd like, or he can drop a rifle. They can keep things quite fast here. We know that pace towards the top side was working in the previous. So losing this one, not the end of the world. But fnatic are going to be feeling good about this, especially Dexter. Upgrade into an AWP.
Thank you very much.
Oh, an AK-47. Afro already had the AWP.
And Snappy will successfully bring that AK through. Will help them when crunching their numbers in the next.
What do you reckon Mezzy's little plush toy is?
That's a good question.
Can't really tell.
A tiny teddy, if I was making a guess.
A tiny teddy.
Yeah.
So when you're buying like this, it's going to be based off of what Snappy wants to call here. You're going to need key pieces of utility. Now, it might be a spawn-based strat, or it could be something which is a bit more regimented, where everybody knows their role. In some of these maps, if you have the first spawn, you're usually the guy nading up and squeaky and trying to get down that vent drop, right? So there's a lot of details that play in that regard. But other maps have set strats where everybody just kind of has their roles, right? And it doesn't matter about the spawns. But Nuke is one where you would hope that is a bit more spawn-based here.
First timeout used by Saw, the birthday boy.
Yeah, another coach with a birthday today. Zonic earlier. Back-to-back matches, back-to-back birthdays.
Yeah, well, I know that he probably has one thing he wants for today. A W. Halfway there. The magic number of 16. ENCE already a great haul on this attack, and they are turning up the pace. They did invest, and they are throwing bodies into Mezzy. Down the vents, though, they have to adjust. Rotations have been forced. KRIMZ is poised, ready to spray down. 1 and 2, both fall. Bomb lost. KRIMZ delivers a round. After his shortcomings and feeling a bit hard done by upon the last vent commit, KRIMZ loses his head. SunPayus, a single bullet into the Swede of the Swede.
Well, I might be able to get the bomb down here still. You can see it. Just posted next to the door. Diha will transition into the site, punch the digits in. Gets him an AK. Good trouble. Diha with a nice one. 2 massive shots from Diha.
Everyone's popping heads here for ENCE, and he gets info on Dexter as well. This 2v4 is completely up to Afro to deny. Diha's hit some bangers, so has SunPayus. 2 kills each. Will Diha anticipate Afro? He's been heard now. Smokes off the window. It is an isolated duel with Diha, but he's coming for you, and he's going to take it with style. ENCE humiliate fnatic. It started with KRIMZ with a double spray, excuse me. And it comes down to that, just 2 versus the world, and that is going to suck the oxygen out of the team's atmosphere.
Yeah, this was massive. KRIMZ was one step ahead, right? Dexter also got the opening kill onto NERDZ. SunPayus gets that little pixel shot there, and you think, okay, well, they can get the bomb down, but dHa happens, just bang, bang. Mezzy and roeJ with the overextension. And dHa, even with the final frag, that one is going to feel good. And a round snatched away here. I think that signifies exactly how this map is going to go.
Right. That's
So you have the counter for it. KRIMZ is already there, prepped for it. Dexter, another opening. They've got to start closing. Mezzy
okay.
take Snappy down.
That doesn't stop maden going in. Oh no, fnatic! They are getting rocked. It doesn't matter what you do. Opening kills, and then it just falls apart, collapses like a sandcastle, and ends the tide. Doesn't matter how beautiful it starts. It ends up getting washed away.
They're going to be left with nothing here, aren't they? Afro hanging around, sure. Bomb halfway gone. 10 rounds secure. Going to boost up to heaven here. SunPayus got rid of his orb. All right, Afro, you're tucked in the back of warehouse here. I think you're safe. I think you're sound.
Really, look at SunPayus really wanted to try and take it. He leaped, took full damage, charging to clear the spawn corner, and no one's home. Okay. Fist bumps exchange ends. This is a 10-round haul, and fnatic do not even have the opportunity to defend their honor in the last.
Dexter is 5-0 in opening duels.
Yeah, bro.
It just tells you like how much work he's doing here.
It's so bizarre.
He's got 19 kills. The next closest on his team has 8.
Yeah, he's got like a considerable...
More than double.
Yeah, he's got more than anyone on ENCE by like a large margin. It's just one of those games that it must be so, I don't know, like unidyllic. There's nothing worse than having a fantastic game while your team can't get anything going. Oh, look at it. He's just so switched on to the potential setup of ENCE. He's
calling lobby clear.
Seriously calling it clear. But never mind clear, he could be behind them. This is ridiculous. SunPayus gets a jump scare. Dexter gets his 20th frag. Finally, someone brings him down. The Aussie sent down under by maden. Oh, Mezzy can't believe his luck. Turns around, awkward exchange, and dHa bests him. KRIMZ and roeJ, an attempt at a recovery, but a nice angle from NERDZ. Spotted the tip of KRIMZ's chrome dome. And well, there's one. But I'm afraid that's all he'll be left with. NERDZ takes it away. What a half of Counter-Strike from ENCE. Nothing but impressive, and 5 rounds away from the playoffs.
What is your calling?
Quite the juxtaposition. I'll start by letting you know that we are in the second map of an advancement game. The playoffs on the line between ENCE and fnatic. And then I'll tell you that Dexter from fnatic has 20 frags, rocking a ADR of 129. ENCE with 11 rounds. Quite the first half.
Yeah,
that was
once
on the
you
T
guys
side.
made that make sense, let us know.
Yeah, please.
And when
Hit
you
us up.
pieced it together, we'll get back on with the casting. But ENCE, I think they're going to be locking themselves in 5 rounds' time here. This is their map. I think the odds are blown out so far. Nobody can put a number on this one.
I think that's the case. We can't quite process it. And that is a missed shot from that P250. Nert's quite the opposite. Puts roeJ in the grave, and there's more from where that came from. Diha. Long range from the heavens. Can't finish off the job yet onto Mezzi. That P250 is perfect for these long-range engagements, unlike the Glock, which Dexter is wielding. Bomb spotted on the cross, so this is the round hinging on Dexter hitting another fantastic shot. Not to be. 12 seemingly signaling ENCE's arrival in the playoffs imminently.
Yeah, it looked a little bit shaky yesterday against Nine. They're a strong team, right? You consider the way the map pool worked out for Nine as well. The fact that ENCE banned Inferno, Vertigo's, get to be played, and it meant that they got to ban Ancient. So it was a good map pool for Nine, and that meant that it was likely to be a good affair, a good match. And it actually needed ENCE to be resilient to close that series out and get it done, just to put themselves in this matchup here against fnatic today. But this is Nerds' first attendance at a Cologne. I'm just having a look here at some of the little details. We spoke about ENCE and their history at this event. Well, the Masters level events, Cologne specifically. SunPayus last year, they made it to the top 4 with Movistar Riders, which is where he got all the limelight, put in the spotlight, and then picked up by ENCE after the break.
Good point. Good shooting from SunPayus. He's got the scout out. Most of those bullets have connected. Can't quite finish his job onto that. Dexter finished off by Maden, so it's all on the Mezzi. Deeg, 13 in the bank.
All right, well.
So how many times have I seen? Yeah, well, you have it in front of you.
Snappy's been here,
Five times.
5, Diha 3, Maden 2, SunPayus, this is his second, and Nertz is first. So that's for the individuals in the server right here. But we were talking about ENCE and Masters level events, or Masters Championship level events. Make sure I get the vernacular correct here. Hasn't gone fantastically well for them. Have definitely not had deep runs. Play-in exits or group stage exits.
Right.
And, well, just in 3 rounds' time, it'll be a playoffs berth.
So the first playoff berth for ENCE.
And then they get to have the conversation of, hey, when we play in that upper bracket match, are we going to take the semi-final spot, or will we play in the quarters? They get the choice in a way.
Yeah. Architects of their own destiny. Nice tag out of SunPayus. His scout Afro was set up, boosted up, and SunPayus couldn't have been any better positioned accounting for that.
Now, Diha dead on this bonus round kind of sucks, but the tag back, pretty handy, because we know fnatic are slow to the punch, right? They're not going to react quickly here. They're going to wait, they're going to hope for aggressive maneuvers, and then they can punish. But if nothing comes their way, it should be stalled out now. There was the flash at the ready here.
Wall smoke's out.
Yeah, they might time themselves out here again, fnatic, so need to make sure they're cognizant of the clock.
This bonus round of sorts. Everything's faded through. Maden, with the biggest gun, finds himself as the secret player. He's going to be disconnected from the finish. Oh, Mezzi's going to hate that. Dies to Nerds with the AK. Gives the man an upgrade as well. Snappy calling lobby clear. Clear now. And it's collapsing for fnatic. Oh, dear. Such a heavy weapon advantage, but it means nothing if you can't hit the heads. And ENCE most definitely can. Nerds especially. 14 looms. Afro already tagged by that scout. That was the first shot connecting in this round. And yeah, SunPayus' handiwork lingering.
It's unfortunate, but you could see the writing on the wall even with that opening pick. There's just so many things to worry about. And bonus guns on a map like Nuke and MP9, very powerful in so many different positions. So there it is. Going to be able to pick themselves up the 14th. And Has gotten a bit quiet in here. The FaZe NIP first map has come to its conclusion. I won't spoil the result for anybody. Go check it out, but close as you like, all 30 rounds. And they'll be back for map number 2, and I believe that is with James Barnolf and Hawker over on that main stream. So you can go tune into all that good action, esl.gg/Twitch.
Let's see if there's any fight left in fnatic. Seems the writing is on the wall.
I wonder if we get a roar out of ENCE when they win, or if they just give us a happy nod, because this is just taking care of business, same as Vitality in their opening game today.
Yeah, probably have them in the same category. Maybe we'll have them in the same stage of the tournament. Oh, Mezzy, just like that. It's given fnatic something to celebrate. Will it be short-lived? The next question, because maden is already
2 people
over.
on B, yeah.
This is already prime position for maden to disrupt. NERDZ is in the position as well, as you've addressed. 2 CTs here.
Good smokes.
Astralis plant can't be sprayed on down yet. roeJ has a premonition that there is bodies this side, and he's got a great timing. Oh, NERDZ! Just as a glance, and then takes his head off. 4 on 4 now. Advantage falling through their fingers again. fnatic from the disadvantage. Nice find on the door swing. They need to clear out maden. Big one from KRIMZ. SunPayus still alive.
Heard the scope.
And D has already taken down Mezzy, coming in from the ramp side. This retake, it's very light on time, but there is still that kit in play. There is still grounds for
no chance.
the CTs to get on the site, but D doesn't think so. And SunPayus not going to be doing much either, hiding in plain sight on the site.
I hate how close we can be to the bomb here.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right, does it?
I kind of just want him to go down just because of how ridiculous it is. And then you have Ancient, which people are looking at as the polar opposite. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think you should be able to stay in decon door to defend the bomb.
Also, and a bomb exploding on a nuclear power plant,
right.
I would imagine it would be
the whole place should collapse.
Problematic. Yeah.
We've all seen Chernobyl, haven't we? We did a whole television series about it.
Yeah, it was brilliant. That elephant's foot. Ooh. That's the stuff horror stories are made of. Let's go.
All right, well,
it's
ward them off for now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, you're not even treading water. You're just keeping your neck above the waterline. Yeah.
This would be one way to reignite the confidence that you were talking about not being able to bottle, though, right? You have this win, you want to run with that momentum. We know Counter-Strike, as long as the players are feeling it, it can be such a confidence-driven game, and even momentum in the modern game. And ENCE are a momentum-based team. dexter wants to continue his onslaught here, 20 to the name. Let's see if he can make it 21. Peering in from main.
maden this time bests him. Good on the clear.
And repositioning as well. Doesn't want to get pinned towards that CT vent.
roeJ noted mid. Oh, excuse me, yard. SunPayus going for a look at lobby. Yeah, catches a whiff of one. Mezzy, he returns fire. roeJ's lost a lot of health to Snappy and yard side as well. Cancels his progression entirely. 50 seconds, there's still... Ooh, I was going to say... Healthy members. Afro, the only one now, as the spray from maden connects. KRIMZ, half health.
Going to walk out squeaky here. Could vent drop, could fight top. They have assistance from main with roeJ. But they're so low.
Yeah, no, it's in that power position, so maden really is comfortable holding this angle. On the jiggle. Oh, catches a glimpse. KRIMZ to Molotov maden in, but it should be safe. And now the angle from D here is rewarded with the double. 50 round, goes for the jump shot style points, but this is all set. Just a matter of time. Look at that Nuke result. If they can finish it here, this is a thrashing. This is a stomping. And take a look at the money to defend their honor.
Yeah, it's bleak out here for fnatic, but it's felt that way this entire map. The only person putting up resistance that we have discussed has been the newly appointed in-game leader of dexter. Been having a great go at things. Sure, the frags are there, but nothing else really to get excited about. You'd love to be able to call your team into it here on the T side, but it feels way too little, way too late, because ENCE got their best work done in the T half. Now it's just about finishing things off. Round 21, likely to be the final round of play here.
Playoffs. 5 kills away for ENCE. Make it 4. D puts roeJ down. Deflating fnatic after a competitive first. A very different vibration in our second ENCE. A domineering victory. Snappy should be set for success. Afro gets away with his life, just about. A scrap of health, and there is support rotation through. The bomb down here with them. Afro Gonna struggle to contribute with that HP. Nice angle from Snappy, but isn't rewarded just yet. There's the lurking squeak. Door open, smoke out. They can probably get out of that door if they do so. Maden just maintaining responsibility for the A site. SunPayus trying to second guess this. Now the smokes are out. Some Snappy will advance. Should have a perfect angle. Spotted now. The barrel was sticking out. KRIMZ will finish him off with Dexter's help. SunPayus ready for Dexter. Tagged him. Diha should finish him. Oh, just around the corner in time, and it's working well for fnatic. As Maden, sure, catches Mezzy. Both of them waiting it out, but you can see Maden just wanted it done. He was...
Yeah.
We have to keep going.
Another round, another minute and 55 seconds. Well, started well, ending poorly, but plenty of cash here. They will be able to buy into the next tier. Maden with a residual, maybe a drop will be necessary for Diha. fnatic continuing just to be annoying.
Yeah, what do you attribute this this fumble with that?
I don't think they believed it was B. Okay. I think they thought they were getting faked out there because they started to float back away, and then Snappy getting caught on transition. Right, if he doesn't get spotted here, they probably win the round. So a little bit unfortunate.
And then there was
Snappy.
that sequence, yeah, this sequence of like Diha goes to chase because he doesn't finish, he leg shots him, and then we get the kill from the site, and yeah, like it was just a sequence of unfortunate events.
Precisely. Well, as mentioned, more than enough money to get another buy, and fnatic, this is just one round after the other, one round at a time, as the classic cliche goes.
Cliches are tropes because tropes are true.
Hang on.
Said Birchall.
I don't know where I stole that one from. But
taxi in Copenhagen. Snappy. Ooh, gets away with it. 4 HP in it.
There's another round that starts with what should be spelling the beginning of the end.
Yep. Well, we've seen ENCE get openings with 15 on the board already. See if fnatic can rustle another one out of the hat.
At least it's the correct win condition.
Yep.
Waiting for the final smoke is roeJ, the closest of the three landing last, and he will be able to traverse the grey screen to get an awful lot of space here. Finds his way in towards the warehouse position. Main looking somewhat clear and being diligent on the corners. So lots of yard space for fnatic here. Still decent utility, but going to be spotted now. And Diha not ready for that at all. Okay, well, drawing one back yet again. Come on, fnatic. Give us another.
We've got a nice position on roeJ. Nertz may not be too long for this world. I think roeJ cautious and concerned. He actually just helps to throw the Molotov in reaction. It is going to force a fight.
Oh, Snappy.
Yeah, this is...
They know he's low.
Ridiculous.
But you won't clear the back box.
You're not.
There's no way.
But I wonder when he uses it. Will they give him a sound cue?
They might have to soon.
No way! Okay, hyper aware. Ramp is theirs. Now down into SunPayus. Clipping on the door. Hits another shot into the fingertips of Dexter. Bomb on his back. 14 seconds. When does that bomb go down?
Safe plan.
Can't be stopped.
They don't know where the fnatic players are.
At all.
So worried about a flank here. Everybody's come from the ramp room.
Are they recovering another? It's starting to look that way. Doors are open. Nertz and Maden will be able to have these aim duels they're waiting for. Dexter, Afro, fighting, swinging. Nertz delivers them both, and it all hinges on roeJ to extend play. Bombs down and ticking in his favor, but with SunPayus present, Nertz just has to get on the bomb. SunPayus surely only line up for it. roeJ somehow not dead, staring at the floorboards as he rocks the clock further, and he has extended the game. A clutch from roeJ. The Dane, 9 frags, but that one is enough to extend to a 7.
And another side, Nertz there, knowing it should have been another round where ENCE could have got things done and dusted. They could have locked himself in for the playoffs right there, but roeJ just holds on by the fingertips.
Yeah, truly. I mean, just by the pixels of him adjusting his mouse to look at the floor, this was an incredible clear.
I'm tilted if I'm Snappy.
And I thought after Nertz getting both, roeJ was screwed, but look at him just dodging away. Gets away with the AWP kill.
What does Nertz even see? Because he peppered him a little bit. And Rad's like, oh man, come on. Well,
They would have liked to see the, 16-5, 16-6, but it's
they need to go into A right now. They know where the M4 is. Need to get in before they're established.
Yeah, roeJ does deliver. They're in. Nerds, that M4. Can he find any more? Already good onto Mezzy. Afro identifies Snappy knocking on that trophy door.
Now locked out now with the bomb down. Might just be retaining this M4. You could send someone around towards T roof to find Mezzy's gun. Oh!
Okay, Afro. Okay, mate.
Maden's going to start getting madder and madder,
I
I think.
Revenge. Imminent and provided.
Oh, they need to jump up on Silo, right? They're having a look. Gotta get there before the bomb goes off. That gun could get flung anywhere. Trying to find it is Snappy. And he's gonna go down to the bomb. Just trying to find Mezzy's gun. So they'll get a deagle out of this. But all in all, the best they save is that Nerds M4, which you brought in towards the round. So, and since all they're just about 5 more kills, 15-14, they just want to get towards that playoff. And I'll let you know, it sounds like FaZe versus NIP has gotten underway with map number 2.
And let's see if this is the last round of play. They got all the bells and whistles they could desire. Or will this bubbling rage continue to be fueled?
I think that if it continues to be some
exactly.
frustrating rounds, like come 15-11, maybe the tilt factor we can quantify, but at the moment, I think everyone could just take a deep breath, send to themselves. It's only going to take one individual from ENCE to have a multi-kill to get things done here.
Yeah, it could be over in any second. Dexter doesn't seem to think so, not ready to give this up.
If they do just walk down lower, it's the orb.
Yeah, and SunPayus, no slouch.
Oh, he's just backed off.
Green as he relocates just as they descend the staircase. I wonder what the cue was. Yeah. He flew up the ladder. He's been sent back.
Smoke squeaky door.
Oh, barrel. Perfect for SunPayus as he collects one onto roeJ.
He's got to help.
He certainly might need it. Swings open the decon door to keep Afro guessing, and that's the end of the Yorp of Afro's element of surprise. Rewarded, and from behind, maden descends the ladder and finds KRIMZ in the back of the head. Bomb is on the floor, and Dexter takes maden out of it. There is fights all over the shop. He was heaven. And Mezzy delivers onto Nerds. Yeah, he has to go up the vents with the bomb, and no one can stand in their way. Diha perhaps has a little bit of an element of surprise. Oh, perfect util. Afro saves himself. This looks like another for fnatic, unless Diha can start hitting and racking up a couple more.
There has to be another save here.
This is where the frustrations will start to... I mean, they're just getting fed. They're getting fed a couple more tilters.
So I think what happened there with the whole SunPayus situation, as I'm trying to recount it, so the smoke wall was up yard. There was no steps made. They were progressing behind it. Then I think there was a smoke thrown out squeaky door that could potentially mean a vent drop, which SunPayus could have been flanked from.
Right.
So acknowledged it, didn't see anything, returns, gets the kill, but the one that he was blindsided by was the scaling of Afro. So his frag, only his 11th so far. Well, he got 2 in that round. But impactful to get fnatic up to 9, and I like the fact that they just, haven't rolled over here. This team continues to fight, and they're not just, doing fast rounds, it's not crazy rounds, it's being procedural, they're talking through it, because every round this team plays is good getting to know you for the new squad. This is the start of the season, and I'll be honest, it's leaving a pretty good taste in my mouth. I think Sora's just called the timeout there. Has been called in the final few seconds of freeze time, and that was that Afro frag I was talking about. Dexter up the ladder, continuing to do some good damage here. But Sora's, wanted to maybe stem the bleeding before it gets too bad. It doesn't feel like they've been overcomplicating things. There's just been some timings that have gone against them here, or some moments of impact where fnatic have stepped up and been accounted for. Everybody on fnatic now reaching the double digits to try and assist their in-game leader Dexter. And you only need, dare I say it, 6 more of those to take us to overtime. That would be quite the haul. That would be a 10-round bag.
I'm not quite ready to subscribe to that newsletter. think ENCE, if they were following their typical style, they'd probably close this one. Right here, right now. With limited resources. As fnatic will take the pace out of it. Incredible to see dexter holding the highest number in the server still, in the face of this much adversity.
Okay, so there's squeaky smoke, right? So this is where the conversation about, hey, they could drop down the vent, especially when it's in combination with a top heart molly. So now, your prying eyes, unless you're in front of it, you will not be able to see if anybody comes out the door and descends down the vent. They don't have anybody towards the lower side of the map here as Afro searching towards yard. We'll get a head-to-head against SunPayus.
Yeah, I think SunPayus gives him a warning on the jiggle. Afro takes the AWP down. And that really limits the potency of the rest of this round for ENCE, at least one would think so. Snappy was the ramp player, he had the other rifle, and dexter, he's investigating the top site. Cool, that's a lot of info. He just saw an overcommitment. That was the AWPer, yeah. Diha dropped in. It's all on Snappy here, and he's gone. fnatic, double digits looms. Mezzy could take everything away from what remains. Maden's armored pistols, the AWP, he's hearing it all as one goes up the ladder with the prize possession.
Oh, he's heard it all.
He knows exactly what's up.
Mental picture of this one.
There's the AWPer, caught out with his knife out. He has to do some more work, and not expecting another towards spawn as Nertz is tapped out, and Maden! He gets the kill. Can he get away with a rifle? Picks up the AWP, spotted by dexter, hits his first, spectacular to preserve as he does tuck in. I think he might have done enough now, he's so far away. Gonna be impossible.
They're gonna hunt him here.
Posted. Afro has help. Maden being hunted, they want to take everything away. Another frag with the AWP, KRIMZ goes gap and takes his head clean off. Lovely work from fnatic to really twist the knife.
Oh, and it looks like Mr. Afro's got a wooting right there. So in the keyboard school of ZywOo, likes to be precise. That seems to be the case with Afro. We have enjoyed what we've seen from him so far throughout IEM Cologne. French AWP getting an opportunity on an international squad and doing some tidy work. They can still get an AWP out there on the ENCE side of the server. No defuse kit. Okay. Well, another tilter, and ENCE may find themselves in hot water. I'm sure they're feeling this game should be done and dusted, and Diha wants it to be that way.
Oh, he goes so aggressive. He goes for a bit of an all-in there, and he loses his head, loses his life. A dink on roeJ, sure. SunPayus responsible for yard, currently just staring at smoke screen. Nertz has to acknowledge the potential.
Hearing steps now.
Nertz could do it all with this. Not in any hurry. No surprises there. fnatic, they like to take their time. Who's going to be the first around this corner, though? I mean, roeJ's 10 HP could be the dream.
Well, that's the problem. If roeJ goes first, you feel like Nertz is destined to get the second.
Exactly. But they're not going to activate until this investigation up top.
Look at the pressure on Maden here.
Mezzy spotted out by Maden. He needs to be careful of the swing from Afro. Now, ooh, nice work, swapping the weapons in. Afro takes down Nertz. fnatic shaping up around here. Dexter sure you tag. Snappy though. Oh, been spotted out. Afro didn't quite finish it in time for Snappy to at least find one. Dexter activates top site.
And another save.
Oof.
This is really starting to get a little bit worrisome for ENCE, isn't it? Because there, you could just see they don't have a good understanding of exactly what's going down. When we flick towards top, that's when Bogdan's Law comes into play, because we were just talking about who's going to go first. Well, Afro, apparently no issues rifling as well as AWPing. Happy to trade that out. Gets the opening kill on the player that we thought was going to be a nuisance, and that's after they took contact out of door, and Maden is screaming because he's left alone. He's like, there's two squeaky, there's two door, I'm in trouble. Right. And everyone's starting to get a bit worried, thinks they have to do something. And now, it's 15-11, and they're hunting again.
Does SunPayus leave with his AWP. I like what you're doing there, SunPayus. That is smart. Oh, he takes it with the molly. That's a cool way to say. Very smart player is Mr. Pius. And you're right. I think at this juncture, you kind of said it yourself, 11. Like after the run now from fnatic, that's 6 on the trot.
But this is what I would be opting for if I was ENCE, because they haven't done anything like it yet. Something a bit more aggressive and out of the box. It doesn't have to be a rush. Right? It doesn't have to be straight out the gate. You don't just have to push lobby and ramp and everything like that.
Yeah.
But you can do something with a bit more intent, because right now they're allowing fnatic to set the tone and tempo in this game. They're getting across secret. They're getting the space that they're looking for.
Well, Dia tried to disrupt that time.
That is true. He did go aggressive initially and it didn't work, but he was on his lonesome. He needs to be something a bit more all-in as a unit. You need to constrict that part of the map here, because Yard has been the field day for roeJ with the walls that they've been throwing. And they have gone for an investment here behind these saved guns, which is understandable. But what I've just mentioned is probably what fnatic are thinking as well. Hey, they are going to try and have a change up here. There will be sort of different looks, so let's be prepared for that. Be on your toes. Now, you can say that as many times as you want. You still have to avoid getting caught off guard by it. Orb starting ramp.
Dia starting deep.
It's nothing aggressive at all. It's just more of the same here. A player entrenched back of the warehouse over towards red pole is Diha. His job is to cover off players walking around outside towards heaven. If smoked off, then problems start to arise. They can creep into main depending on the variation of the wall and get down to secret, which will then become someone else's problem. Is it going to be the top player to rotate down the vent? Is it going to be SunPayus to head down ramp with the orb and cover off towards the decon or the double door side? As the initial 45 seconds of the round have subsided. And here comes the smoke wall. roeJ again. His progressions. Very comfortable with this.
Bottom. Diha profits. ENCE given the gift of the opening kill. Choosing to invest. And now being rewarded for that. 50 seconds left for fnatic to resuscitate hope.
Yeah, you can see Diha there was calling for that molly. That's going to force them into him.
Yeah, KRIMZ actually well aware of his position and nails it.
Nice shot.
An equalizing frag provided by the Swede, 35. As bombs on its way to its final resting place. Mezzi.
An MP7 for Nerds here.
Yeah, it could be a good weapon for the job given the positioning.
Well placed.
Concerned about main.
If they walk out
And
door.
upon the fade, 20 seconds, they're coming outdoor. Nerds could secure the playoff for ENCE with a spray from maden.
Look at the bait!
They line up, maden will succeed, and it's all onto KRIMZ, or ENCE will take them down a peg. ENCE secure it. Playoffs in the bag.
Yeah, not an over-celebration about this one. Happy job not done. This team now knows what victory tastes like after a dismal start to the year. IEM Katowice not going their way. Volta gets replaced. Nerds comes in. We're talking about playoffs, baby. Top fours, finals, even an IEM Dallas trophy. And now, a Cologne 20...